Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing a video called How I Started Collecting Action Figures. If you saw my video yesterday, it was kind of a failed attempt at this video because I had kind of gone off on a tangent and said some things that I should have really thought a little bit more about before opening my mouth about it, and that got more attention than the point of the video, which was to talk about the origin story of my action figure collecting. So let's move forward, huh? Alright, the origin story of my action figure collecting goes back till about the age of 15 for me. And one thing I also want to explain here is that I would like you guys to post a video response. And now we don't have video responses on YouTube anymore. That was a really awesome thing way back in the day. I can make a video talking about, you know, my favorite Wolverine figure, and then you could make a video and you could post your video response, but we don't have that anymore. So what I ask is that if you're at the age of 15 years or older, if you can email me your video talking about how you started collecting action figures, and email it to sprime@ShartimusPrime.net. Then I'll include it in a playlist starting with this video right here, and then as the order they come in, I'll just, you know, throw them in there, or it will be random. I don't know yet. All right, but anyway, whoever may have sent their emails with the links to their video, that's still there, so don't worry about it. It'll get attached to this video right over here, okay? But yeah, so I want to hear other people's stories on action figure collecting, and comments are disabled on this video. So if you want to talk about your action figure collecting, you have to be at least 15 years of age or older and send an email with the link to the video to sprime@ShartimusPrime.net. Now, the story goes for my action figure collecting, which you may have already heard from yesterday's video, is it actually started from a serious accident for me. I was skateboarding without a helmet. I went down a very steep hill, long steep hill, and I saw a manhole cover, dodged the manhole cover, but some of the asphalt around it, you know, was kind of molded around, or not molded, but, you know, it was kind of contoured to the shape of the manhole cover a little bit, and I had gotten speed wobbles and tried to regain control of the skateboard, not wearing a helmet, and flew off the skateboard and landed on my skull. And I did not break any of the skin on my head, which is a miracle, I think. It's absolutely amazing. And I did crack my skull, so I fractured my head, broke my skull, and it was pretty trippy experience from then on out, man. It was really weird. This happened around like October, so I was just turned to be a sophomore in high school, and I had to take leave of absence and everything. I was out of school for about a month, and then the recovery process was lengthy. And the really sad thing about it is that I wasn't able to play any sports anymore. At least for a while, for at least a couple years. My parents were super, you know, they were really concerned about me and everything. So if I went outside, you know, they wanted me wearing a helmet and stuff. So basically, I was in a it was in a rough spot for a while in the recovery process. And the whole reason for me really wanting to talk about this was because I can't remember his username, but a Batman collector on Twitter, I think he'd sent me a message saying that, you know, he had gone through a couple of spinal transfusions and he was in the hospital for a long period of time. He's not the first person to talk about this, but for me, making these YouTube videos, the two things that really make me feel grateful for being able to do this, or the most rewarding parts of it, is to help people go through tough times and to bring families together watching these things, you know, having adults and children watching together. That really hits me really hard, you know what I mean? So I just think that's awesome, and especially meeting them in person, you know what I mean? Meeting people in person, like X-Manny87 has told me this story before. I've met a lot of you know, parents and kids. I've met some very smart children. There are very smart children out there, all right? And I wanted to, you know, also yeah, so while I was going through that, my dad actually helped me recover a lot by, you know, taking me to go do things that didn't require a lot of physical activity, like collecting Star Wars figures and slot car racing. I remember those two things more than anything else, because I couldn't ride my bike anymore. I was a pretty active kid, so I couldn't do all the stuff that I wanted to do anymore. I'd already done wrestling freshman year, couldn't do wrestling sophomore year, really sucked. You know, it sucked that I couldn't do wrestling. So, yeah, my dad, you know, if I did like some chores around the house or something like that, then my dad would say like, all right, I'll get you a Star Wars figure. You know, you take out the garbage, get a Star Wars figure. Now, these were not toys for me. These were collectibles. I didn't open them. I did manage to get extras of some of them, and the extras that I had were just like the core cast characters, really, and then, you know, so and the bounty hunters, and I wanted the bounty hunters too, but it was mostly just, you know, and I guess, you know, some other things here and there, but it was mostly the core characters that I had opened and stuff. But the vast majority of the collection was mint on card, and I think I still have about 66 or something like that of those Power of the Force figures from way back then. A lot of them, man, a lot. So that's what really helped me get through in collecting. Now, those 66 figures I didn't acquire over the span of the month. I kept collecting well after. But that's how I got into collecting action figures. Now, action figures weren't the first thing I was collecting. I was collecting comic books before that. You know, even as a kid, like I would buy doubles of them, like one to keep, you know, in the bag and card with the board and sealed, and the other one to read. I would do that sometimes. And then even before that, TV guides. When I was really young, I would collect TV guides, especially when I found out they had variant covers and stuff like that. So I still have those TV guides. I still have all those comic books. Kept them this whole time. But yeah, the action figure story really started with the Star Wars figures when I was in high school. And around that time, I want to say it was around 97, I also had the Star Wars special editions were coming out in movie theaters. So my dad, who's a geek, my dad's not like super hardcore geeky, but my dad's a pretty geeky guy. Him and my mom loved watching Star Trek. My very first convention was a Star Trek convention. I was only like 7 years old, and it tripped me out that, wait, what's with all these toys? Like, there's just toys and comic things and pins and posters, all this bright colored amazing stuff all over the place. And then the actors, I remember was it Lamar? What was it? The guy who played Geordi, and then the Next Generation, and then Deanna was also there. The two actors that play those characters were there, and it blew my mind that the actors were actually there. And my mom went and talked to Deanna about her hair and all this girly stuff, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so that blew my mind. I don't know, just throwing in a couple little deep, you know, little backstory things here and there. But I wanted to share that, and I wanted you guys to share your origin story as far as action figure collecting goes. So please share it with me. Make the video, send it to sprime@ShartimusPrime.net. I'll make a playlist. And yeah, I apologize for no comments on this video, but no comments on the video. If you want to say something, you gotta be 15 years of age or older and make a video talking about your origin story as far as action figure collecting goes. Alright, I'm curious to see what you guys have to say, and I'll catch you later. Peace!